Yes, guys, and welcome back to the show. How is everybody? Hope your weekend has been great. Yes, guys. So, we are going to talk about the Cardiff game, but at this moment in time, we are going to watch the last, this extra time between Senegal and Egypt. And if it goes penalties, it goes penalties. We're going to watch that, talk about the game, talk about the FA Cup match against Cardiff after. See how we go here, guys. So I was meant to go on at 8 o'clock, but as you guys know, I tweeted out saying I can't go on at 8 o'clock. It's pointless. Everybody is watching the AFCON and doing watch-alongs. So I thought, go on at 9 o'clock. The game will be finished. The game is not finished. It's 0-0. We're in extra time right now, 5 minutes into extra time. So I might as well finish this off by doing a little watch-along of the AFCON final. And yes, guys, Egypt, Senegal, it's been a weird sort of game. There's been a lot of action. Evening, John, my man. There's been a lot of action, but not a lot of quality. You know, it's sort of a weird game. You sort of can't take your eyes off it. But there's not been a lot of quality in the game. It's been a dogged old game. What don't help is this pitch. This pitch they're playing on is terrible. It just cuts up all the time. There's turf, lumps of turf here, there, and everywhere. The pitch is absolutely awful. For a final of a massive competition like this pitch is nowhere near good enough. It's not helped at all with the way for the fluence of this game. Game has pens all over it. It does. Look, I will say I haven't done an effort. I know a lot of people have done doing the AFCON final watch-alongs. I've not done a watch-along today. I'm only doing this last half hour because this is when I was going live anyway. Because I haven't really watched much of the AFCON final. And, I've not really watched a lot of the AFCON, so why would I do a watch-along for the final? It makes no sense to me, so that's why I didn't do one. But watched the game, watched all the game. It's been a weird match. Obviously Mane had the penalty in the opening 5 minutes, should have scored. Mo Salah, total shithousery, telling the goalkeeper what way Mane likes to take his penalties. Got to love it. Then gets a good save. It was a good save. Poor penalty from Mane, but a good save by the goalkeeper. And here comes Egypt on the break. These teams both look dead on their feet, I have to say. Egypt ain't got a lot of men in this attack. How many touches do you want? Egypt still with the ball. Yeah, well defended by Senegal. Egypt's defending today has been fantastic, though, I have to say. Egypt's defending for the cause, man. They have got their body on absolutely everything. Everything. You can't fault them. Can't fault them at all for that. Mane should have done better with his pen. Yeah, I agree, John. But yeah, he's been poor this second half, Sadio. Mo hasn't had a sniff, but he's feeding on crumbs at the moment, ain't he? Let's be fair, the man's feeding on crumbs. If you are watching on Twitter, guys, come over to the YouTube channel, come and subscribe, and come and watch over here, guys. If you are watching over on Twitter, Egypt, I've got it in the box at the moment. Oh my God, just roll the ball, Trezeguet, roll the ball. The keeper's kept it for me. The keeper for Egypt has been fantastic, I have to say. He has been fantastic. A lot of people have been saying he's been Egypt's best player this tournament. As I say, I haven't watched a lot of the tournament. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to sit here and go, this has been a fantastic tournament and watched I've not really watched hardly any of it, just little highlights here and there. But got to watch the final. And Senegal with a chance, the header. Oh, good save, Gabiaski. Good save from Gabiaski there. That was a chance for Senegal. There has been chances. It's been limited. But that's a good save by Gabiaski there. That's going into the corner. It's a good header. There has been chances. Obviously, Egypt had a chance late on in that second half. Senegal had chances here and there, working the goalkeeper, but not to a great extent. They got a corner here, though, and it's headed over the bar. Headed over the bar. I think that's from the centre back, the young centre back. But yeah, this game's going to come down. It looks like it's going to come down to either a mistake, tiredness, or a set piece. Because these two teams are starting to look a bit more tired. There's more chances coming in this extra time period than there did in the whole of the 90 minutes, to be fair. So tiredness is coming in, is making a factor. So you could see some good chances coming in. I mean, the same, Mo Salah, he's had nothing really to sniff on, as he's had crumbs to feed off. Absolute crumbs. He's had a good couple of opportunities, though, where he took on his defenders, got some shots. There was that one, he was looking for the top left-hand corner. Mendy saved really well. So he's had his opportunities, but it's been a tough one. Real tough one for Mo Salah. He hasn't really got the quality around him that he's used to at Liverpool. You know, he needs that around him. You know, he can't do this all by himself. Senegal got a fantastic team, 1 to 11, I've got to say. You know, a lot of their players play in Europe, you know, at top clubs. So you would really fancy them. But Egypt, man, Egypt can defend. Egypt defends so well. And his free kick out, Egypt header it out again. The defending's been top draw. I can't take away anything from Egypt. The doggedness and determination to defend the cause has been fantastic. It's just that apart from Salah, they've got nothing going forward. And because they defend so deep, they can't all get up in numbers to support him. So that's what I'm saying. He's feeding off scraps. Completely feeding off scraps at this moment in time. But it's all Senegal mostly with the ball during this extra time period, this first half extra time. Senegal ones have been having the ball. Egypt is starting to look a little bit tired. But I think this is the third game in a row that Egypt have gone into extra time. I think every knockout game so far, since the groups, every knockout game so far, Egypt have gone into extra time. Because they're a team that don't score a lot of goals, but they don't really concede many either. So these sort of results are always going to happen. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Egypt nick it. It wouldn't surprise me. Do you know this Egypt team reminds me of? They remind me of the Greece team that won Euro 2004. Does everyone remember that Greece team that won Euro 2004? When Greece, they had a good defence. I think they had a German manager, if I remember rightly. And he set up completely defensively. You know, and they relied on set pieces and the odd 1-0 win. You know, that's what this Egypt team reminds me of. Just like that. You know, beating teams they shouldn't beat, getting to a final they shouldn't have got to. And they're doing it again here against Senegal. They're stopping Senegal's momentum all the time. Big time James was just thinking the same thing. Yeah, they just remind me of really badly. And like this Senegal team, as we say, 1 to 11. You know, this Senegal team is stacked, absolutely stacked. But they just can't get no momentum in that final third because of the way Egypt are defending. Here's Mane now, and that's got to be a free kick. Now, let's say Mane dived, and Mane's on a booking, so if he has dived, he could be in trouble here. Let's have a look. Well, that's a foul. Might be a bit unfortunate there, Sadio. This referee don't take no shit, does he? I absolutely love this ref. All game, this ref is not taking no shit whatsoever. He wants his moment in the limelight, this ref, I'll tell you that right now. He's absolutely loving bits. Absolutely loving it. No, he didn't touch him. He planted his foot, but Mane went down before he even planted his foot, didn't he? Wasn't even a foul. I love Mane. This is the thing about Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane's got this bit of nasty streak inside him. He always has had, you know. And that's what I like about Sadio Mane. You want your strikers who have a bit of a nasty streak in them, a bit of aggression. You know, I like that. You don't want these pussy forwards, do you? So, did everyone watch the Leicester City Nottingham Forest game? That was something, wasn't it? Does anyone in the comments think Brendan Rodgers will actually be in a job this time tomorrow? Because I tell you what, he's very close to getting the boot for me. Very close to getting the boot. He's you can't lose 4-1 to Nottingham Forest. I mean, I know they're rivals, they're Midland rivals. It was a derby. You can't lose 4-1 to a championship team when you're a Premiership side. Defending FA Cup champions as well. Their season has just fell off a cliff completely. Losing 4-1 to Nottingham Forest. I didn't watch the game to begin with, and then I saw on Twitter that Forest was 3-1 out. I was like, I'll have to 3-0 up, so I'll have to put this on. And then a 4-1 win. Disgusting result. Absolutely disgusting. Brendan Rodgers, he's in banging trouble, I tell you guys. Banging trouble. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's not here this time tomorrow. So we're just in half time of extra time, guys. They're just having a quick drink, and then we'll swap halves, and off they go. But yeah, the Egyptian goalkeeper looks quite decent, to be fair. I don't know who he plays for. There might be some teams looking at him. He's agile. He's quite a unit. You know, a lot of people have been saying, is it Gabiaski, his name? A lot of people have been saying he's been Egypt's best player this tournament. So if that's the truth, you know, obviously, Egypt, they defend a lot. Their game is built on defending, and getting the odd one goal or 2 goals as they counter-attack with Mo, and like the Trezeguet and stuff like that. So, Hamadi and these players. So that might be why he might be like under the cosh a lot more. So he looks decent on the eye because he has to do a lot of work. But he looks all right. I wonder if people will be looking at him. But we're getting we're underway in the second half of extra time. This game's got penalties written all over it, hasn't it? It's got pens completely written all over it. I think that's how Egypt have gone through the last couple of games. Obviously, Egypt put their place in the final from a penalty shootout in the semi-finals against Cameroon. But Cameroon, I think, only scored 1 penalty. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting 15 minutes here. Both teams are absolutely shattered. As I say, Mo's been feeding on scraps all game. Just needs one glorious chance where he hasn't got to do all the work and try and score. He just wants to be put through clean. And he's got to, that's what Mo wants. He just wants to be put through clean. He doesn't want to have to be taking 3 or 4 players on to get his shot out and goal. That's not how he wants it. He wants a proper chance at goal. So, guys, I am also streaming on Twitter and Twitch. So you guys, if you are watching me on Twitter right now, jump over to the YouTube channel. Come and watch over here, guys. Get in the comments. After this AFCON final finishes, we're going to go straight into the Liverpool Cardiff City game and talk about the other results in the FA Cup to the other big boys. We'll talk about the City Fulham game, the Man United Middlesbrough game, the Leicester Nottingham Forest game. We're going Chelsea and Plymouth Argyle, which was a lot tighter and closer than anyone thought it would be. And then West Ham, Kidderminster Harriers almost put a shock on the cards. So, yeah, lots to talk about, guys. So if you are watching on Twitch or on Twitter right now, come on over to the YouTube channel. Come over, guys. Watch us over here. Get in the comments and join in and have some fun. But at this moment in time, it's Senegal 0, Egypt 0, 107 minutes played. It's been there's been a lot of action. It's been goal to goal, but there's been no quality. No quality. I think Senegal showed the most out of the attack, quality-wise, but it's not been great. Egypt are just relying on them that one chance. That's what Egypt are relying on. They're relying on that one chance. They know they haven't got the team that can go, toe to toe with Senegal. They just want that one chance. It might come now with a free kick. Mendy came, didn't get anywhere near it. Ball's cleared away low. So the ball come in. Mendy came. Oh, he didn't get nowhere near it. I was a bit lucky there, to be fair. And Egypt coming down with the ball now. And the ball's gone out of touch or a throw from Sarr. 108 minutes gone. Senegal 0, Egypt 0. An exhausting, draining football match. Not just for the players, but us watching. Just want something to happen now. Just want a bit of quality just to win this final. Just a bit of quality to win this final. What has happened now? What has happened there? So there was a high boot, I believe, from a Senegal player. Can't see who it was. Let's have a look here. High boot. There's hardly any contact on either of their feet. And they've both gone down. Like, well, it didn't look a lot of contact. But they're in pain, both of them. Both of them have gone down. I don't know if it's just play acting, mind games or what. But they've both gone down and, yeah. Mo's looking despondent and confused. And the Senegalese players on the bench all looking nervous. I say 109 minutes gone. Still 0-0. Still nothing has happened really in the game. Nothing big has happened so far. Still waiting for something really to kick off here. Hi, Del Boy. How you, fella? Hope you're good. How you been, mate? How you been? I know it's not. I think you're an Arsenal fan, aren't you? So it's not been the best time for you guys lately. But I hope you're doing good, mate. Senegal, Egypt. This game, I tell you. And so I've not watched much of the AFCON. I'm not really doing a watch along for this final. I just came on live at 9 o'clock, hoping the Senegal-Egypt game will be finished so I can get on with my FA Cup talk. But they've gone into extra time, so we're going to just do we're going to do this extra time. If it goes to penalties, then we're going to get on with the FA Cup talk for the weekend. Not just the Liverpool game. We'll talk about all the FA Cup matches, the big games. And but I thought, come on, let's do this extra time. There was no point me doing a watch along for this final, the whole thing, because I've not really watched the African Cup of Nations, to be fair. And to do a final when I've not really watched the whole thing just seemed a bit silly for me to do, because I don't know the stats. I don't know who's in form, out of form. So, yeah, I'm just on here doing this last half hour and then I'll get into my FA Cup talk. Del Boy says, we're in the mud, mate. Yeah, it's crazy at Arsenal at the moment. As a rival fan looking on, I just can't believe what's going on. I don't know how you boys put up with it. I really don't. Now, Aubameyang might have had a lot of troubles and problems and issues like that, but he's your best striker. And to let him go for almost nothing and then bring nobody in, bring nobody into the club to replace him, that just seems pathetic to me. That seems ridiculous. Even Burnley got rid of their best striker, then brought a striker in to replace him. I don't understand what's going on at Arsenal. I heard that Arsenal bought a player that plays for your owner's American franchise team. Is that right? I'm not sure. Someone said that. I think I heard that somewhere. There's a loan deal or something. But that's it. I mean, no, Arsenal, I know they're only playing once a week. They're out of all the cups, which, in only January, February that's not Arsenal, is it? Look, I'm 40 years old. I grew up watching Arsenal when they were fantastic. The 90s, the early 2000s. I think everyone forgets how great of a football team Arsenal Football Club are. A big Arsenal Football Club are, but, right now I've never seen a big team like Arsenal so badly run. They just run really badly. Everyone says Liverpool with FSG and all that. I mean, we're run superbly compared to a team like Arsenal. Even Man United. Man United, for all, they're run awfully as well. We all have a go about American owners. And at least with FSG, they're probably the best of the rest, sort of thing, American owner-wise. But, you look at Tottenham, they're owned by Americans as well. But it's weird. It's weird over there with Arsenal. I don't know what's going on. I'd hate to be an Arsenal fan right now. It must be horrible. Senegal. Oh, if he could tuck in that in his touch. Arsenal, fuck, they've got no clue what I don't know what Arsenal are doing, John. I do feel sorry for their fans, the decent fans out there like Del Boy, people like that. They're proper Arsenal fans, and they've been through all the good times and that, and the better times and the worst times and all that. But right now, I must feel the worst for them. Absolutely terrible. Their ownership is awful. Absolutely awful ownership over there. They don't give a shit. Like, literally don't give a shit about Arsenal at all. Senegal. Oh, what an effort that was. And Gabiaski down to the save. Oh, that was a great effort there. This is a nice effort. Gabiaski down to the save. He's a decent goalkeeper. He's got down nice and quick. Good hands. Good hands there. Nice goal. Good goalkeeper. He's not a bad goalkeeper, I tell you. I like what I see from him. He's probably their man of the match today. I'd say he's definitely Egypt's man of the match today. There's no doubt about that. He's been Egypt's best player. A shadow of doubt. But Senegal, they look the fresher of the two teams, I have to say. Senegal looked the fresher of the two teams by quite some way. Egypt looked dead on their feet. I mean, when you're defending for a whole game. Oh, that could be a pen. No, he just got the ball, did he? Oh, jeez, that was close. Mo, you don't have to do it on your own, Mo. I know you're the king, but Jesus Christ, man, you can lay it off. Egypt are just relying on one chance. That's what Egypt are relying on. Mo's back on side here if they can get the ball to him. No, slowing it up. I just don't think they got the legs now, Egypt. They look completely gone. But they are just relying on that one chance. With their defence, if they get it, it's over. Cutting inside. This is Mo. Pulls it back. Just someone shoot. Oh, what an effort. Mendy, great save. Oh, that's all happening now, guys. Because both teams are actually dead on their feet. We're getting some action. This is good by Egypt. Got men forward for the first time. Got supporting players up there. No, it's not. It's nowhere near him. That should be a yellow card for simulation right there. That's a disgusting. That's same Mane. I thought you give yellow cards for simulation. What happened there? When they were blatant dives, I thought you were meant to get yellow cards. What's going on these days? But it's going to be Egypt with a corner, a set piece. Could this be the goal? Could this be it that undoes Senegal and wins the African Cup of Nations for Egypt? Here comes the cross in now. In swinger. Oh, Mendy's. Oh, I don't know what Mendy was doing there. He was trying to catch it, punch it. I don't know if he knew what he was doing. Slipped right out of his hands. No one on the back stick, Chloe. No one on the back stick for Egypt. Egypt again with another corner. We're into the last 3 minutes of extra time here, guys. Exciting stuff now. There's Carlos in the stands with Egypt out. Flag all wrapped around him. Swinger here from Egypt. The defender, it's over the bar. It's over the bar by Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know who that player is, but he's got a net on his head, bandage. He's been through the wars this tournament. Grant, this is annoying. I'm watching it on delay. You're watching it on delay, mate? Well, you're watching it online? Because it's on Sky Sports. I'm watching it on delay. It's annoying. It can be when you do watch-alongs, I tell you. Everyone's watching the game at different times. I saw when I was doing the Cardiff watch-along earlier, mate, they were... I was watching it on... ITV, so I was alive at the moment. Some people are watching it on ITV online, so they're like 20 seconds behind. So yeah, it is annoying. I hope you're doing all right, mate. Alois Cisse there. Look at him. He's in his tracksuit, looking the business. Oh, he looks the business, don't he? He looks quality. As he was as a footballer. Mo going down there, wanting the free kick, nothing coming of it. These two teams are absolutely shattered. Yeah, I'm on the Xbox upstairs. There you go. So you're probably 30 seconds behind, matey. I'm on 118 minutes. I'm just about to come on to 119 minutes. Del Boy, Jamie, we're a joke, mate. I don't even want to talk about Arsenal. Some of our Arsenal fan base are clans, but hey, I reckon Liverpool going for the far in the FA Cup. Hopefully, Del Boy, hopefully, as we say, we've got Norwich City in the 5th round. And we're a home draw. And if you go draw a Premier League team, you want Norwich City, don't you? And I fancy us in that. And then it's the quarterfinals, ain't it? And we've what? Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham, Chelsea left. It's going to be one of them 4 for me. Leicester, can't wait to talk about Leicester later. They're shocking. Brendan Rodgers, he's off. But yeah, Del Boy, I've seen your streams, mate, and things like that. And I can't remember the fella you were streaming with the other week when you was doing an Arsenal watch along. He was on Lee Gunnar's show the other day, and I saw you two on that. And you're two of the most sensible Arsenal fans. You know, you don't. There's a lot of Arsenal fans who talk utter shit. You know, and they make they make your fan base seem awful when you're not. You know, fans like you have got their head on their shoulders and know what you're chatting about. As you say, your club it's Arsenal, and we're going to penalties, guys. So here we go. But your fan base, yeah, I know you're all right, Del. You're cool. But no, there's some people. Well, you've got it in all fan bases. You've got Liverpool fan bases. You've got Man United fan bases. Pen it is, John. Yeah, pens it is, guys. So here we go. Who's everyone got? You're welcome, Del Boy. You're welcome, my man. So who's everyone got on pens, guys? As we know, Egypt won they beat Cameroon on pens. Senegal have not won the AFCON. So City get Peterborough and Chelsea get Luton. 2 teams that always seem to get the luck of the draw, yeah. I know, as soon as I saw City get Peterborough, I mean, let's face it, Man City won't play a Premier League team till they get to the semi-final or final of the FA Cup. It's always the way. Always the way. But if we were going to get a Premier League team, Norwich is the team you'd want to get. And we got a home draw. So I'm quite happy with our draw. But yeah, Peterborough and Luton. I know what you mean, mate. Del Boy's going with Egypt. And John's going with Egypt. Yeah, I'm going to go with Egypt. I just feel sorry for Senegal. You know, as a Liverpool fan, I want Salah to win the African Cup of Nations because, you know, he'd win a major tournament with his country, which is what everyone always talks about when we're talking about the best players of, right up there. Talk about winning the trophy of the nation. And going to Ballon d'Or next year, they won't be able to ignore Mo. You know, they won't be able to ignore him like they do at this moment in time. But then with Sadio Mane, the man, it breaks my heart. If Sadio Mane don't win it, it'll break my heart because I love Sadio. And obviously they lost it 2 years ago. With was it 1-0 to Algeria? I think Algeria scored in the first 3 minutes or something of that game with a free kick from Mahrez. And they lost it 1-0. But Mane missing the penalty earlier. Senegal probably had the better chances, although Egypt had 2 good chances themselves, especially towards the end of that 90 minutes. They were in good form themselves. So this is going to be it, guys. Penalty shootout. Jamie, I'm depending on you here, mate. The missus is making me watch a film, so I'm only if listening to you. All right, no worries. I'll put you through this. Oh, man, you need to have a word with her, Del Boy. You need to have a word with the fella. Depends what the film is. What's the film? I lost my shit when Harvey scored today, mate. Yeah, Harvey. When this penalty shootout's finished, Granty, we're going to go straight into the FA Cup game. We'll talk about the Liverpool game first, then we'll go around with everything else. But yeah, Harvey, I love Harvey Elliot. Although Diaz was making his debut, and we were all looking forward to that, for me, it was seeing Harvey Elliot back on the pitch again. The boy, he's not even a man yet. He's 17. Such a talent. The Notebook, oh man, that's it. What's your wife's name? I'll give her a shout out right now. The Notebook, Del Boy. The Notebook of all film. Put both earphones in. Put both earphones in, mate. We're going to come to penalties right now. I'm not sure who's going first here. Mendy giving some encouragement by his coach there. Gabiaski, who has been fantastic for Egypt today, probably man of the match, you have to say. Obviously saved the Mane penalty. Had some crucial saves as well today. Yes, he's probably man of the match for me. And we're flipping the coin right now. I think Mo's won the toss. Egypt won the toss. And I think Egypt are going to go first. I think Egypt might be going first. Koulibaly and Mo shaking hands. Referee really having his say. This ref loves to be in the spotlight. Yeah, I think by the look of it, Egypt to go first. Mendy is a unit low. He's going to be hard to get past. He's going to take up a lot of that goal. Gabiaski, as I say, probably man in the match. Definitely for Egypt. Probably man of the match in the whole game, though. Not this player of the match nonsense. Saw it in the FA Cup earlier. I don't know if anyone saw that. I was watching the Liverpool game. They go Diogo Jota, player of the match. And I was like, what happened to man of the match? They're all men out there. Is this really what we're doing nowadays? But player of the match. Ridiculous. Carlos Correa is there in the stand. He's had his mask on for the whole 120 minutes sitting in the stand. For penalties, the mask comes off. The mask comes off for penalties. So, yeah, what was the point of wearing it? This got the ref giving the goalkeepers a chat here. Stay in your line. You come off your line, I'm going to get involved. I'm going to bring VAR in. I'm going to throw one of you out. I'm in charge. Jeez, they're like their school kids. Really giving them a telling. I think they know the rules. Oh, no, it's going to be Senegal going first. I thought it was going to be... I thought it was going to be Egypt going first, but Senegal going first. Maybe Egypt chose the ends. Maybe they're at the at more of the Egyptian end of this stadium. That's not full. It's a big old stadium, but it's not full. And it's Koulibaly. Is it Koulibaly, the captain? I'm going for Egypt, dear. Del Boy, I'm going for Egypt. They go a shit ass their way all the way to the AFCON trophy. Basically being like Greece of 2004 at the Euros. That's who this Egyptian team reminds me of. But Koulibaly, the big centre-back for Napoli and Senegal. I have no idea what he's like on penalties, but he's going first. He's the captain, and he's stepping up. It's a short run-up. And he scored. It's a good penalty in the end. Good penalty. Right in the left-hand corner. Right in the left-hand corner by Koulibaly. Good penalty. And Senegal off to a good start. Ooh. Keeper did get a bit of a hand to it. And it wasn't the hardest hit penalty ever. But the position of it, in the corner, it was going to be always hard to the goalkeeper. So Egypt up next. A lot of pressure on each penalty taker. I wouldn't like to be in this situation myself. A final for major tournament, coming to penalties. It takes some bottle. Whatever people say, penalties are easy, you should always score your penalty. Yeah, you do it in a major final. Let's see how good your bottle is here. But Egypt stepped up. Can't see who it is. Sorry, I'm not sure. Nice run up. Good penalty. 1-1. 1-1. One penalty each so far. Straight down the middle. It was a lot of power. Mendy dived to his left. Nowhere near it. Good penalty. It's always a good penalty if you score. As the old saying goes. Senegal next up. Nice. The slow walk up to the penalty spot. Does anyone think you walk too far from the halfway line to the penalty spot? You know what I mean? Does anyone ever think that is too far? Who made the rules that you have to stand on the halfway line? That's what I want to know. That's quite a heck of a walk, isn't it? So I think this is their other young centre half taking the penalty. So their centre backs must be good penalty takers in Senegal. And it's another good penalty. Calm, efficient, lovely penalty. 2-1 Senegal. Keeping the pressure on it. Again, it's right in the corner. It's a good penalty. 2-1 Senegal. Senegal looking good. Senegal looked the fresher of the two teams. I have to say, the Egyptian boys look absolutely shattered. So this is going to be Egypt's second penalty. Oh, God. Who's it taking it? I can't see. Mendy's a big unit in that goal. He fills the goal right up. And Mahiman with the penalty. He looks really nervous. Got to say, he does look nervous. Starts his run up. And he's hit the post! Egypt have missed. He's hit the post. I thought it was going to go in off the post, but it's come back out. And Egypt have missed. Oh, he looked nervous, the poor sod. I had to say, he did look really, really nervous. He does look like he's going to cry, and you don't blame him. Oh, it comes right off the post. I thought it was going to go inside. I thought it was going to come off the post and go in, but no, it's bounced back out. And Senegal have the advantage now. They did go first in this penalty shootout. And the next Senegalese player steps up. Sadio Mane in the background, just walking around. And they can't. Oh, saved! Saved by the goalkeeper. And this penalty shootout is still on. Carlos Queiroz is giving it big uns in the stand. Wow. This Gabiaski went right. It's not the best penalty, but it's a good save by Gabiaski. Good save. So we're still even here, guys. We're all square still. Well, it's 2-1 Senegal, but Egypt score this. It's all tied after 3 penalties each. Here we go. Stepping up, Mendy moving on his line, but not coming off it. And it's a good penalty. It's probably the best penalty so far. It's 2-2. 2-2, and that was probably the best penalty so far. Mendy, is it? Oh, Mandy gets the penalty. It's probably the best penalty so far. He just strokes it into the left-hand corner. No messing about. Right position. There's Mo Salah celebrating. He's probably going to take the last penalty, you know. Stuff that for pressure. Senegal now coming forward, taking the fourth of their penalties. Man, the pressure. The pressure on these boys, on these players. The adrenaline must be flying through their bodies. Trying to place the ball just exactly where he wants it. And here we go. Nice run up. It's a good penalty. It's 3-2 Senegal. Good penalty. Calm and collected there. Dieng. Nice and collected. Nice penalty into the roof of the net. No problems whatsoever there. He knew exactly what he was doing. So advantage with Senegal. Advantage with Senegal. Egypt obviously need to score. Get that advantage. Senegal's. This is Egypt's fourth penalty. It's their fourth penalty. Oh, the crowd, they can't watch. Nerves are flying around this stadium at this moment in time. Egypt's fourth penalty. It's a poor penalty. It's really poor. It's well saved by Mendy. Senegal only have to score this next one to win, I believe. Senegal just need to score. I don't. It might be Sadio Mane stepping up. I don't know because he had missed a penalty in the original 90 minutes. Will he take another one in the shootout? Well, it's all too much for some of these players and fans and staff members. It's a good save by Mendy, but the penalty was really poor. No power in it at all. The Egyptian penalty, sorry. Senegal score this, and it is Sadio Mane by the look of it. It is Sadio Mane to win it for Senegal. Mo Salah is already crying because he probably knows. And this is the penalty. Now, Sadio Mane missed his penalty in the first 90 minutes. In the opening 90 minutes, sorry. The first 5 minutes of that 90 minutes, should I say. And he steps up here. It's a long running. And it's in! And it's over! Senegal are African Cup Nation champions for 2022. And Sadio Mane gets the winner. Excellent penalty. Their first time they've won the trophy. They've been the losers so many times. It's been the losers so many times. And at last, they are the winners. Sadio Mane with the winning penalty. Oh, you've got to feel sorry for these Egyptian boys. It's hard to take, man. You lose a final on penalties. Possibly the worst way to lose a game of football. Gabiaski being consoled, but he has been fantastic this whole game. He's probably man of the match. Hard on him, but he's getting nowhere near that Sadio Mane penalty. He weren't messing about this time. And Senegal won the African Cup of Nations for 2022 for the first time. Evening, Crisper man. Evening. You got to feel for Egypt. You really do. Got to feel for them, but Senegal performances this whole tournament, results, the team they got, they probably deserve to be AFCON champions. Sadio Mane being one of the better players, everyone tells me, this AFCON. Oh, it's all kicking off with fans on the pitch. Gabiaski's in tears. Mo's in tears. It's all right, Mo. Come back to Liverpool, mate. Everything will make you feel better. It's all right. There's a big contract sitting at home for you, Mo. Well, you just got to fly home now. Mo and Sadio. Sadio talking to Mo there. Going over to Mo. Mo's just in bits, but Sadio. Yeah, feel for Mo. He's his friend at the end of the day. His teammate. But Mo can cut. It's been a good AFCON for the Liverpool boys. Katie did well. You did well. Guinea. Salah. Mane getting to an AFCON final. They've had good tournaments. It's time to come home, boys. Time to come home. Mo will probably be back. What Jurgen Klopp said, the loser of the tournament out of Mo and Mane will be back Monday night, Tuesday morning, and then the rest of them won't. You know, Mane will be back probably Wednesday night. So I don't see him getting involved in the Leicester game. Obviously, you got to give him a little bit of a break. You know, let him chill out for a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if Salah plays on Thursday against Leicester, guys. But that was the AFCON final. Finished up. Let's get to the FA Cup, guys. So, guys, I am just going to take a quick break, and then we're going to start our FA Cup review. Be back in 30 seconds. And welcome back, guys. Quick refresh there. All right, so FA Cup review, guys. FA Cup review time. Let's get on with this. So, FA Cup weekend is over. We had a 2-week break of absolutely no football. No football at all. Absolutely no football. We all missed it, didn't we? Let's face it. 2 weeks without football is. You know, we're so used to having football on our screens constantly. You know what I mean? We just want, especially the Reds. We want to see the Reds play. You know, every week we want to see the Reds on our telly. We want to see some top draw football. It's been missing. The club football's been missing for 2 weeks. Gabiaski, by the way, is just getting man of the match as well. So that's a little consolation prize for him there. He was good. He was good today. But yeah, FA Cup football. Now, the FA Cup, as we know, is, you know, our most prestigious cup competition in club football in England. You know, it's the biggest cup competition in England, and it's got like 150-year, you know, history. Of recent years, the FA Cup might not have felt like how it did before, you know, dwindling a little bit. No one really taking it seriously. But I don't know about you guys. This year seems a little bit different. I think teams are taking it a bit more seriously. There's better games. Big up, Luca. Hope you're good, my man. There's better games. Things look a lot better in the FA Cup this year. There's been some giant killings, as we know. Some poor performances, some good goals, some good games. I mean, let's talk about it. So let's get to Leicester. Let's talk about Leicester and Nottingham Forest. So Nottingham Forest obviously got the big scalper beating Arsenal in the last round. Sorry, Hellboy and Luca. But then they get a draw against Leicester City. You know, Midland rivals, bit of a derby. They do not like each other. Tasty game. Leicester, as we know, are in the worst form at this moment in time. I think they're 10th in the Premier League. Nothing's going right for them. Brendan Rodgers, as we know, as Liverpool fans, Brendan Rodgers takes the team so far and he just balloons. You know, Brendan Rodgers is really good to get in a team trajectory to go up here. but then he can't sustain it, and he just starts to go down and down and down and down and down until he gets sacked. It happened at Liverpool. It's happening at Leicester. It didn't happen at Celtic because there is no other team. So his Leicester team is just all over the place at the moment. Playing against Nottingham Forest, they're on a high after beating Arsenal, knocking Arsenal out of the competition. But did anyone see, no matter how bad Leicester is at the moment, no matter how bad Brendan Rodgers is at the moment, I never saw Nottingham Forest beating them 4-1. And when you're watching a game, if you sat with someone who didn't know football and you asked them who's the Premier League team out of the two, they'd say Nottingham Forest. Some of the stuff Nottingham Forest were playing today, fantastic. It was great to watch. That's what I love about the FA Cup. And we all forget Nottingham Forest is a huge, huge club. Nottingham Forest is a bigger club history-wise than Leicester City. Let's not get it wrong. Nottingham Forest are a massive football club. They've just been in the doldrums for like a couple of decades and just been lost. But they're a tremendous football club. They're a big football club, and it was good to see them getting back into that standard we used to watch them at. I ain't been watching Forest. I ain't watched Forest for years. And you see them turn Arsenal over. You see them turn Leicester over. I'm not sure who they got in the draw, actually. Let me know who they got in the next round, guys, in the comments, because I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But yeah, it was a good result. And it's just Leicester City. If Brendan Rodgers is in a job tomorrow, I'll be surprised. I would be shocked because, he's done well with Leicester, as I say. He has done well. He might have achieved at some parts with Leicester, but Leicester, there's this thing with Leicester do. Oh, they're at home to Huddersfield. You fancy Forest there as well, don't you? Fancy Forest getting to the quarter-final there. But you find out with Leicester that, they were in the top four. I think, for the last 2 seasons, they're in the top four for more time than everyone else that was in that top four that time, apart from Man City and people like that. And they always, the last 5 weeks of the season, they can't hang on, and they fell out twice. I mean, when Brendan Rodgers was Liverpool manager, for me, we should have won the league that season, but he just didn't know how to get over the line. He didn't know how to get over the line tactically, and he fell. He falls at every opportunity. His European record in Europe is terrible with every club he's managed. His European record is terrible. Now, I think Brendan Rodgers' teams play good football. I think he's good at getting a club from here to there, but he can't sustain it, and he starts to drop off. His trajectory goes off. Now, I don't think he's ever going to get the big jobs ever again. Because I think these teams are going to be looking at it thinking, can we give him the big jobs? I'm not sure. Where do I think Brendan Rodgers would go? I don't know. If he does get sacked, he might not get sacked. They might just keep him on. They might have felt like he's overachieved the last few years, and Leicester, are where they should be. But should they be 10th? And the team they got, the players they got, probably not. They're a top 8 team, I'd say. You look at the Villas around them, the Evertons, the Spurs, the Arsenals, the Wolves. Leicester should be around that. So probably the top 8 team. Overachieved in the last couple of years, finishing top 4 maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. So it was shocking they lost. I'm not shocked that Leicester actually lost to Nottingham Forest. I am more shocked by the result. I didn't see a 4-1. It could have been more, let's be fair. But yeah, I'm not shocked about the result. It's just the result. I'm more shocked about the scoreline. It was, it's 4-1. Premier League team moves to the Championship team. Shouldn't happen. So guys, before we go on, if there are people out there watching on Twitter, because I am live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter right now. If you're watching on Twitter, please subscribe to the channel. On Twitch, sorry. If you are watching on Twitch, please subscribe to the channel. Follow the channel, guys. If you are watching on Twitch, that'd be great. If you're on Twitter, please come over to YouTube. If you like what you see, come over to the YouTube channel, guys. Get involved in the comments. We're going to talk about a lot of the FA Cup games. We're going to be on for a little bit longer yet. So come over to the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, give it a subscribe, smash a like. Share the video out, guys, if you can. Share the video out, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you can share it. Leave likes, guys. Smash the likes for me. Helps the algorithm. Helps people view my channel. I really appreciate it. So, get to one of the other big games. Manchester United and Middlesbrough. Now, Manchester United are a team that waste... Man United waste chances like they're going out of fashion. They really do. They waste so many chances. It's not like Man United didn't have chances against Middlesbrough. They just completely waste every opportunity they have. Every opportunity. And they can't hold on to wins. They're not good enough. Now, so, their equaliser, Middlesbrough's equaliser, it is blatantly handball, is it not? It is blatantly handball. He controls it with his hand, puts it into his path. But because the goal didn't come directly from the handball, it's not classed as a handball goal. So they count it as give it not. So VAR, it goes to VAR and they class it as a goal because the handball hasn't come directly before the goal, which for me is a stupid rule. If you handballed it, you've handballed it. Do you know what I mean? You just blow his handball. Because he's handballed it, he set himself up with the handball and he's played the ball and it's not come from that. That's why the goal was given. It's a stupid rule, but it is the rule. So Man United weren't conned out of anything because, you know, that is the rule. But even at 1-1, you expect a team, you know, Man United's size and power to go on and still beat Middlesbrough comfortably, even at 1-1. But they can't. They just waste so many chances. And with Man United, I've been saying it for a while now. I know people went a bit over the top. They bought Varane, they bought Sancho, and they bought Ronaldo in the summer. And everyone was going, well, Man United to go challenge Man City for the league. You know, it's going to be the two Manchester clubs this season. They're going to be challenging each other. Oh, I was one of the only people who said, no, that ain't going to happen. You know, you've seen who's in charge. Have you seen who the manager is? It still counts as stuff. I don't care who they buy. Have you seen who the manager is? And with Man United, what they do, they just waste money. They don't buy players to go into a system. They just buy players for the sake of buying players because, you know, everyone's been talking about Jadon Sancho, you know. Everyone's been talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, Varane. You know, they buy... Man United should be called Social Media FC. That should be Man United's name. Social Media Football Club. That's their name. That's what they should be called because they just buy these players that are massive on social media. I swear they do. Well, whoever people were talking about on social media, you know, Man United go and buy. So everyone was talking about Jadon Sancho. They go and buy him. They didn't have a clue how to use him, where to play him, or what to do with him, but they just bought him. Ronaldo they bought because they thought he was going to go Man City. And Ronaldo's agent completely and utterly played Manchester United. Completely and utterly played him, pretending that he might have gone to Man City. He wasn't going to Man City. You know, he wanted to leave Juventus and Man United paid the money. Gave him the wages. Ridiculous. They got played by a bloody agent. And then Varane, I think, is actually a decent signing out of all of them. I think Varane's actually a decent signing, but it's just not working for him. And I mean, who can blame him? He's partnered with Harry Maguire. What's Harry Maguire at? You know, what's he going to do? You know what I mean? And then he's got Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side and Luke Shaw on the left. And, you know, De Gea, if Man United didn't have De Gea, where would Man United be in this league? I'll tell you that right now. But Man United drawing to Middlesbrough is not a shock for me, it's not a shock. The way we see Man United the last few years, it's not a shock to me. What is a shock to me is that Man United, the team they are, the power they got, they couldn't get over the line even when it was 1-1. They struggled. It goes all the way to penalties and they lose on penalties to Middlesbrough. It's not good enough. And for a Liverpool fan, I find it hilarious. I find it funny. We've been, as Liverpool fans, we know we've been getting it in the neck from Man United fans for like 2 decades about how great they are and about how crap we are. And what is it going to be? Almost 10 years since they won the league. Next year, I think, next year, it'll be 10 years since they won a league title. And do you remember Ryan Giggs saying our fall from grace won't be as bad as Liverpool's was? You might want to hold your words there, mate, because you never look like you're going to win anything for a long time. And, they're at the FA Cup, they're at the League Cup. They're not going to beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. If this team somehow gets past Atletico Madrid, I'll be shocked. I know Atletico Madrid are not the team they were. They're not great at this moment in time, but if they can get past that, I would be shocked. So I don't see them doing that. Will they get 4th in the league? Probably, because the rest of the teams are shite. Spurs struggling. Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal are going to get anywhere near top 4 now. They've sold all their players, not brought anyone in. Wolves are an outside shout. It's just the top 3 are the top 3, and from 4th down, it's just the best of the rest. You know what I mean? It's not great there at this moment in time. Sadio Mane danced with the trophy. God, I love Sadio. I'm so happy for him. But yeah, so United going out, it's not a big shock to me. It's not a shock like it would have been 10 years ago. Let's put it that way. It's not a shock. Chelsea struggling against Plymouth Argyle was a shock, though. And Manchester United go from Norwegian bridesmaid to the German bridesmaid they have. The thing is, though, I don't even blame Ralph Rangnick, because at the end of the day, what is Ralph Rangnick meant to do? What's he meant to do? He's been there 12 matches now, but he's only there part-time. He's not going to be the full-time manager, so they're not going to give him money to buy players. He's not going to be there long enough to change the culture of the club and how it changes in the years to come. He can't do all that in half a season. It's not possible. He can't do that in half a season. So I don't really blame Ralph Rangnick that much. What I do, if you look at Man United, their ownership, their transfer policies, how they go through their transfer policies is terrible. I don't know who they, whoever's in charge of buying players at that club, they need to be sacked because their transfer policy is terrible. Their scouting's terrible. As I say, they're just social football club. They should just be called Facebook football, Twitter football club. They're terrible. Absolutely awful, but I'm not shocked. Salah will scrap Barney at training this. Yeah. No, they're good buddies. They're good buddies, fella. They're good buddies. I don't know what it is. Everyone thinks Salah and Mane don't get on, but they really do. They're good friends. But I think if there's one player, Sadio Mane, Mo Salah's going to be happy for it, Sadio Mane. But I'm happy for Sadio Mane. I think he got player of the tournament. Rightly so. Apparently, everyone says he was the best player in the AFCONs. But yeah, good for him. Good for Senegal. I'm saying it's their first AFCON, which is crazy. Yeah, he got player of the tournament, Sadio Mane. What a great honour for him. Look at him. I love Sadio. Absolutely love the guy. So yeah, Man United, their problems lay behind the scenes, as I say. The ownership, the scouting, the transfer policies, all that. It's all behind the scenes for Sadio, with Man United. They've got a lot of issues behind the scenes that need sorting out. As I say, it's not Ralph Rangnick's fault. The players aren't good enough. Players aren't good enough in that team. There needs a lot of investment in Man United. I think Man United are miles behind Man City and Liverpool at this moment in time. So again, going out the FA Cup, I say it's not really a shock. I say Chelsea, Plymouth Argyle. Now this was a bit shocking. I mean, Plymouth Argyle took the lead in this game. Took the lead and missed a penalty. I mean, you can't make it up. They went to extra time. Plymouth Argyle took the mighty Chelsea to extra time. Chelsea Football Club, they've got a lot of problems. Chelsea, they can't score goals. They've got no forwards. Strikers or forwards go to Chelsea to die. I swear they do. I swear they just go. Chelsea's purgatory for strikers and attackers. You go there and you become useless. I mean, Lukaku, he wears Timberland boots, don't he? It's all true. Lukaku wears Timberland boots. I mean, his first touch is still in Milan. I mean, he's just awful. He's absolutely awful. He couldn't take the game to Plymouth. He couldn't take the game for Plymouth. 97 million he cost. 97 million. Got Timo Werner, who can't score a goal, just puts his head down and runs like Roadrunner. That's all he does. Beep beep, beep beep. That's Timo Werner. He's just a speedster. There's nothing else. Gets the odd assist and all there. Yeah, they're lacking goal scorers, Chelsea, in a big way. They have massive trouble scoring goals. Where Liverpool and Man City have the advantage over Chelsea is the goal scoring department. You know, Man City can score at will at any time with all their players, and then Liverpool's attack is the best in the league. Your Salahs, your Manes, your Jotas, your Bobbies, your Luis Diaz's, and our midfielders starting to score goals as well. So Chelsea's problem is they rely too much on their defenders at the moment, getting them out of trouble like they did yesterday. Mason Mount getting the odd goal in. I like Mason Mount, but I think they rely on him far too heavily. Shai Havertz, what has Havertz done lately? He got that goal in the Champions League final and he's living off it. He's absolutely making a living at Chelsea, scoring the goal in the Champions League final. Absolutely making a living out of it. And, he's not doing anything. The money Chelsea has spent. Now, if Liverpool win their games now, they could be 7 points in front of Chelsea. That's crazy. I mean, I've been saying it for a while now. I know others have been saying it recently, but when Chelsea spent all this money on your likes of your Werner, your Havertz's, your Ziyech's, your Lukaku's, everyone started to say their squad is huge. They got a massive squad. They're the only team that could probably compete against Man City. And I was like, no, don't count out Liverpool. Yeah, we might not have the names of what Chelsea have got, the Ziyech's, Havertz, the Werners, the Drogbas, their names, the world star names. That don't always mean you perform at a world-class level on the pitch. Performing at a world-class level and having a world-class name that everyone knows about because you're massive on your socials and you're big on FIFA and your FIFA points are massive and everyone's like, we must get them in because their FIFA points are huge and they're massive on social media and all this sort of stuff. Doesn't mean you're a world-class footballer, and I think that's what you're seeing at Chelsea at the moment. Callum Hudson-Odoi has been biggied up by Chelsea fans, the press, the media for ages now. What does he do? Literally, what does he do? He got an England cap before he ever played a Premier League game. What does he do? Because as a forward winger, an inside forward or a wide winger in a 4-3-3 where he plays, what does Callum Hudson-Odoi? Someone needs to tell me. Yes, he's quite decent on the eye. He's got a bit of pace. He can dribble. But what does he do? What's his end product? He has no end product. He's all foreplay. He's all foreplay and no penetration. That is what Callum Hudson-Odoi is. It's all foreplay and no penetration. And Ziyech on the other side, the lad from Ajax, good footballer, intelligent footballer. In the formation they play with 3 at the back, it doesn't suit what he wants to do going forward. But as soon as Thomas Tuchel changed it to a 4-3-3 in some games and played him as that wide player in a 4-3-3, he's showing how good he actually is. But, you know, Thomas Tuchel's not always going to play 4-3-3. He's going to play 3 at the back. That's his formation. You know, it's how he likes to play at Chelsea. You know, they're relying on defenders too much. You know, they scraped past Plymouth for a goal. Absolutely scraped past them. You know, obviously they got the win eventually, got through as I thought they would. Now, I said this in my last video, the preview of the FA Cup. I said it in my last video in the preview that I thought all Premier League teams might struggle a tiny bit. I thought Premier League teams might struggle a little bit just because the 2-week winter break. Because we had that 2-week break, it stops your momentum and rhythm. And you saw that today, say in our game today, Liverpool Cardiff game. Now, obviously, I did a watch along for this. So I don't know if you joined me for that watch along. You already know my views of this game. But, you know, in that first half, Liverpool were dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. We probably got away with a penalty. You know, you're going back looking Canate's challenge now. You could probably say it was a penalty. Got away with that. We're terrible. Absolutely terrible in that game. You know, obviously got the lead from Diogo Jota, but that first half was terrible. Diogo Jota again getting a header. Diogo Jota is different. I'll tell you, he's 5'7". He's like 5'7". He's tiny. Yeah, there's nothing of him. He's a small lad, but he's fantastic in the air. And I think Roy Keane said it in his punditry after the game. I think the reason he's so good in the air is because the defenders don't, what Roy Keane was saying, the defenders don't expect him to be good in the air, so no one picks him up. And because no one picks him up, but he is very good in the air, he's getting great headed goals. He's so good with his head. He's better than Lukaku in the air. And Lukaku's 6'2". You know, he's better at him in the air. I absolutely love Diogo Jota. I think he's a fantastic player. And it's 40 million. That's such a bargain now when you look at him. 40 million well spent. One player was just a bit disappointing today was Bobby Firmino. Now, Bobby Firmino is the main attacker out of all of them I worry about the most because with Diaz coming in, you got Diaz there now, Mane, Salah, and Jota. For me, they're Liverpool's first 4 names now in the attack. And then you've got Bobby and Taki Minamino and then Divock Origi. We've got an abundance of attackers. But I just don't see how Bobby really gets in his front 3 much anymore. And Saint tells me that he might not because when Luis Diaz came on and made his debut today, he put Bobby Firmino. He didn't bring an attacker off. He took 2 midfielders off and put Bobby Firmino in midfield. I think Bobby Firmino in midfield works perfectly in that number 10 role. You know, you play him in a 3, you play him the most advanced of the 3 with 2 people behind him, play Bobby in front, and then you have the 3 attackers in front of him. I think that's Bobby's role going forward in for Liverpool. I think Klopp was experimenting with that today. I don't know if you think so, guys, but let me know in the comments. I think he was experimenting with that today, Klopp. He was definitely looking at that, thinking, you know, I'm gonna play him in that position and see how it goes. And I think Bobby can play in that position. I really do. I think he can play in that position. Let's just share this out. Yeah, I definitely think he can play in that position, guys. Who do Leicester get to replace Rodgers? I'm intrigued. Grandpa. Leicester have got a bit of money they can spend. I think Graham Potter will do a great. I think Graham Potter is that coach everyone thinks Brendan Rodgers is. Yeah, I think he's that coach everyone thinks Brendan Rodgers is. And I think that's the perfect choice, the replacement. Brett, I think you go to Brighton, you pay Brighton what they want for Potter, and he comes over. Leicester have overachieved last season. Yeah, I agree with that. I said that earlier. I think they might have overachieved. But you look at their squad, they've got a decent squad, you know. I know they've got injuries at the moment, their defence, that is causing a problem. But they have a decent squad. And, you know, I look at the teams around them. You got the top three teams of Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. They are out and out far better than everyone else in the league. Then you got your Man United, your Arsenals, your Aston Villas, your Wolves, your Leicester, and your Tottenhams, and then they're all mixing it out. You can put them all in a bowl, mix it round, and whoever comes out comes out. Do you know what I mean? That's how I feel with them at the moment. And Leicester are probably a top 8 football club. The team they got, the squad they got, I think they're a top 8 football club. They're 10th at the moment. They probably did overachieve a little bit, but the thing with Brendan Rodgers, he can't sustain it. So he did it with Liverpool. We should have won the league that year, but he couldn't sustain it. Fell off a cliff. Following season, went even further off a cliff. Yes, Luis Suarez left, and the replacements coming in weren't good enough, granted. But the games we lost and the way we were losing games, I mean, we lost 6-1 to Stoke, for goodness sake. That should never happen. I just don't think he can sustain it. I think he does fall off quite quickly. And, Leicester, you know, Potter or Hassel are only contenders. I think, Hassel was a good shout. I think he'd do quite well. But Potter, I think Potter will be a fantastic choice for Leicester City. I think Potter. I don't think Brendan Rodgers could do the job at Brighton that Graham Potter's doing at Brighton. I really don't. You know, he spends no money. You know, it's all loan deals, free transfers, or good business. He gets players in. Look at the players. Look at the team Brighton have got. And he gets them playing excellent football, like tremendous football. They're probably, apart from Man City, I would say, the best footballing side in the league. You know, apart from Manchester City, I think Brighton are probably the best footballing side. You know, Liverpool, we play our game a little bit different. We're all about counter-pressing, pace and power. Where Man City and Brighton, they play the football, don't they? They play it on the floor, 1-2, little triangles. You'd probably say that apart from Man City, they're the best footballing side in the league with that team. If he goes to Leicester with better players, Potter could be all right. And all Potter's ever missed in that Brighton team is a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net. That's why Brighton draws so many games, because they're either leading in games or drawing in games, and they can't get the winners because they haven't got the striker. Now, if he had a Vardy in his team for the last few years, can you imagine where Brighton would be? If he had a Vardy in his team for the last few years, Brighton would be a top 10 team every season. Every season. If Leicester are ambitious, then Eric Ten Hag. The thing is, I don't think Eric Ten Hag leaves at Ajax to go to Leicester. I just don't think that happens. Personally, I think Eric Ten Hag is waiting to see what happens at Man United. Man United should get Brendan Rodgers, Agent Rodgers. Can you imagine? Apparently there is talks like, because the rumour is, I've heard this from Leicester City fans themselves on their YouTube channels and that. The rumour is that the reason everything's going tits up for Leicester at the moment is not just the injuries, that Brendan Rodgers, his eyes on the Man United job. That's what they're saying. Because the rumour, I think, what was it? Earlier in the season, the rumour is Man United were very, very, very keen on Brendan Rodgers being their long-term successor at Manchester United. And I know a lot of Man United fans are worried about that. I mean, if he goes there, I'd laugh. It'd be fantastic. He'd do all right. As I said, he'll make Man United up here again, but 2 or 3 seasons and it'll fall off a cliff. It's just the way Rodgers is. 2 or 3 years at the club, brings them up, does really well, falls off. I just don't see Rodgers ever getting the big job again. Maybe Arsenal. I think Brendan Rodgers at Arsenal works. I think that works really well. Because what we do know about Brendan Rodgers, he doesn't take a lot of shit, does he? He likes to be in charge. The Northern Irish Brian's mate, Chris. But he likes to be in charge, don't he, Brendan? And he won't take no shit. And maybe that's what Man United, and maybe that's what Arsenal need. But there's no way Arsenal are getting rid of Arteta. They're invested in him, ain't they? They ain't getting rid of him anytime soon. But if Leicester do sack Brendan Rodgers, then the only two, as you say, Hasselholt or Potter, Premier League managers that they might go after. I don't know. Around Europe, there might be other managers that they might fancy, but looking at the Premier League, Graham Potter's right there. Graham Potter is right there to give a step up. And, Leicester City is a step up to Brighton, and it's that step up in the right order. You don't want to go from Brighton to a massive club straight away. Just that slow build. He's a young manager, Graham Potter. But, yeah, I agree. Good enough for Arsenal. Yeah, Brendan Rodgers at Arsenal would do bits, I'm telling you. He would do bits. I reckon he'd be better than Arteta right now. And I don't think he would have let Aubameyang go. Look, Arteta, apart from the owners and Edu, who Arsenal fans seem to hate Edu. I mean, I think he's their sporting director, so they've got a reason to hate him. But I just don't... I don't see the Arsenal board letting Arteta go. They've invested too much into him. But Arteta is to blame with the Aubameyang thing as well. His management of Aubameyang was terrible. Look, I'm not letting Aubameyang off. He did stupid shit when he shouldn't have done it. And, it was pathetic. But you've got to keep your best player. Hang on a minute. Sorry, guys. I didn't know Egypt have the most AFCON wins out of every African country. They got 7 titles. Cameroon got 5, Ghana 4. I didn't even know that. So let's say no. But Senegal just won their first one. But Brendan Rodgers at Arsenal, I think he would do bits. He would get them back up. Because Arsenal need a complete route. We're going off tangent now. I was talking about an FA Cup review, but I'm going off tangent. Let's just do this quickly. Arsenal need an utter, complete rebuild. They need to get rid of everything and start again. We all agree with that, yeah? They've got no players. They've got no way of playing football. They've got no system. There's completely no system in place. Ask an Arsenal fan what Arteta's system is. I bet none of them can tell you. There's no system there at Arsenal. They need a manager to come in that's going to put a system in place. They need a proper technical director, not Edu, who just seems to be selling players, not getting anyone in. They need their academy looks good. They brought in some good players for their academy, Saka and Smith Rowe. I think Martinelli they bought from a club in Brazil, didn't they? Not through their academy, but he's a young player. They've got some young players there. They've got some decent professionals, but what ruins every club is their transfer dealings. Whoever signed off paperwork to go and buy, the defenders they've bought should be shot. I mean, They should be sacked the next day. Whoever made, Gabriel is okay. Ben White for 50 million. Are you telling me Arsenal Football Club couldn't find a better centre-back for 50 million, not only in the Premier League, in Europe? If you've got 50 million to spend on a centre-back, surely you can do better than Ben White. And I'm not saying Ben White's a bad player. He's a decent player, but there's levels. You know what I mean? If you want to go somewhere, there's levels. Look, I know Arteta says he's trying to build a young Arsenal side for the future, but them young players need to be good young players, or you've got no future. Saka's contract runs out next season, I do believe. I don't know if Saka's going to want to stay around. Saka's a good player. Martinelli is their best young player for me. He's a baller. Smith Rowe Smith Rowe looks like an Arsenal player. I think Smith Rowe's there for the long term. But I really do think Arsenal will be in trouble if any clubs come sniffing around Martinelli and Saka. I really do. Because if your teams like Liverpool or Man City are looking around, or Chelsea looking at Martinelli or Saka, they're not going to stay at Arsenal. Because what are they staying for? What are they staying for? There's nothing at Arsenal for them to stay at this moment in time. This is the problem. And you've got real Arsenal fans, like I say, Del Boy, real Arsenal fan who was on here earlier. He's a proper Arsenal fan. You know, he don't do all this stupid talk you hear from Arsenal fans around. You know, he's not like that. He talks sensibly. He knows what's going on in his club. You know, it needs more of that. But we all got in our fan base. Got stupid Liverpool fans, stupid United fans. Make us all look worse than we actually are. You know what I mean? But whoever spent the money at Arsenal on these transfers needs to be sacked. Needs to be sacked yesterday. Because if you're signing money away on 50 million on Ben White, I'm sorry, there's better defenders out there of similar age. You know? Go bloody Aston Villa and get Konsa. Yeah? He's better than Ben White. You know? Just look around. Look around. There's better defenders there. Like Chris says, should have got Dunk. Dunk's a better bet. He's probably a better defender, I'll give you that. Arsenal bought the wrong Brighton centre-back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're apparently keeping tabs on Saka. Yeah, Liverpool are always going to keep tabs on young superstars. I think Klopp really likes Martinelli, though. You don't stop talking about him. I mean, it's weeks ago since we played Arsenal. We still talk about Martinelli now. I think if Klopp wanted at the two, I think he'd prefer to get Martinelli. But Saka's contract, I believe, is up. Arsenal fans be able to tell me this. I believe Saka's contract is up next season. And if that's true next year, if that's true, you know, Arsenal got problems because you've got to convince Saka that Arsenal is the place for him to be at. And I don't know how you convince him of that if Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and then clubs are sniffing around him. How the hell you go tell him he's got to stay? Arsenal going to Brighton for a centre back is like thinking they're getting Dunk, which is best quality fish you can get. While white is the most expensive in the price, but poor quality of fish. Yeah, I'll give you what you mean there. It's a good analogy. Chris with his analogies, liking it. But yeah, Dunk was the better centre half. Is the better centre half, but I think what Arsenal's thing is Ben White's young. Gabriel's young. They're buying. You look at all the transfers Arsenal made. They're buying youth, and they're thinking of the next 5 years, 6 years. But the problem is, I've always said that's fine and good. You can do that. But if the youth players you're buying are not good enough, then you're not going to have that future in 5 or 6 years. But you've also got to have quality, you know, old professional quality around that young youth, and Arsenal ain't just got that at the moment in time. I haven't got that, and you know they've got out the FA Cup, League Cup. You know, their January transfer told me they've given up on fourth as well. And I hear Arsenal fans say, "No, what we've done is the right thing because we've gotten £25 million off our wage bill." That don't make no sense to me because getting £25 million off your wage bill is all good and dandy if you're easily in that top four and you're going to get that money from Champions League revenue next season. You can buy better quality players. But all it tells me is that your team is worse than it was at the beginning of January, and all you've done is got 25 million off the wage bill. It makes no sense. Good evening, KVJ. Hope you're good. Hope you're doing well. Just talking FA Cup. We got in a bit of a tangent with Arsenal there. Yeah. Arsenal Football Club. Same Man United Football Club at the moment. As I say, football goes in turns, don't it? It goes in cycles. You know, Liverpool were 70s, 80s, best team in the world, best team in the round, winning everything. The 90s come in, Premier League money came in, Premier League started. Liverpool got a bit left behind. We were still in that 80s period. And we got left behind by the likes of Man United, Arsenal and Chelsea. And we've been playing catch up. And then Jurgen Klopp came along and changed all our fortunes. And we're back to the team we were during the 80s and 70s periods. And now Man United and Arsenal have gone back where we were during the 90s and early 2000 periods. As I say, it goes in cycles. So I'm going to enjoy this ride like while it lasts. You know what I mean? I'm going to get on that ride, buckle myself in. And if it lasts for another 5 years, it lasts for another 5 years. You know what I mean? Because it will come back in circles again. It always does. Always does. But Liverpool's future looks very good at this moment in time. Hi, Kai. How are you? MJ, what did you think of the AFCON? As I said, Kai, I didn't really watch the African Cup of Nations, I will admit. I watched highlights of games that involved Liverpool players. We are back on our perch, KVJ. Well said. We are back on our perch. I watched the AFCON when the Liverpool players were involved. It really didn't grasp me that much. And plus, Sky Sports' coverage of it was terrible. The final, I was meant to go live at 8 o'clock tonight, but everybody was doing AFCON watch-alongs. You know, all the Liverpool dedicated YouTube channels were doing African Cup of Nations watch-alongs. So I thought there's no point me going on at 8 o'clock because no one will be around to listen to me talk. So I'll go on at 9 o'clock thinking hopefully the game should be finished by 9 o'clock as it was a 7 o'clock kickoff. You know, we can have a chat about the FA Cup and all that. But then it went to extra time, so I was already going to go live at 9 o'clock, so I stayed on. And watched the last half hour of extra time and watched the penalty shootout. And then we're getting back onto our FA Cup talk now. But the AFCON final, it was a decent final, to be fair. Sometimes the finals can be tense, boring affairs where no team wants to lose. But no, it was a decent final. Losing on penalties must be the hardest and worst thing to take. Losing on penalties, I couldn't bear it myself. But, you know, Mo Salah didn't get over the line, but Sadio Mane did. And I'm really happy with Sadio Mane. He got player of the tournament as well, which is fantastic news for him. He's going to come back to Liverpool with that chip on his shoulder. He knows Luis Diaz is here now. He's fighting for his spot. Luis Diaz wants that left wing spot off Sadio Mane. You know, Sadio Mane's going to have to pick up his stuff. He's going to bring that AFCON ability home with him, and he's going to be happy. Mo, I hope so, right? I think Mo will be all right, getting back in the club, getting around his friends and family again, and I think he'll be firing. But there's a lot to look forward to, guys, as Liverpool fans. Lots to look forward. We're going to talk about that right now. Back on our perch, yes, KVG, as you said. Bit of sweet guy. I must be the only one who didn't give a toss about the AFCON, not to be disrespectful. No, it's not that I didn't give a toss about it. I found it hard to watch it. Apart from some, there weren't a lot of quality. There were some good games. There weren't a lot of quality. I'm always club football, though. And when you're in the middle of a club season, I just find it hard to detach myself from watching club football to then watching international football. I like watching international football when the club season's completely finished during the summer. It's international time. You can get your head into it and you go, you sit back in your chair and you watch it. But when you're in the middle of a club season, to detach yourself from that to then watching international football to then 4 weeks later going back to watching club football, it's really difficult. And it's going to be hard in the World Cup as well. It's going to be hard in the World Cup as well because, you know, the World Cup is in December, you know, and the final is like 3 days before Christmas Day. They come back after a week and we go back to the season again. So you're watching club football. So when the season starts again in August, we're watching club football. Then we stop in November. We have the World Cup and then come back to club football. It's so hard to detach yourself from one to the other and enjoy both for me. It's really difficult. Harvey Elliot looked really good when he came on, and Luis Diaz looks like a baller, certainly does. Harvey scored a banger, he certainly did, 100%. That awful coverage didn't help, to be fair. Exactly. If the broadcasters are not going to take it seriously, how can the fans take it seriously? How can the paying consumer take it seriously if the TV companies aren't as well at the same time? But let's get some good stuff, guys. Let's talk about Liverpool's game. As said, it ended 3-1. The first half was terrible. I'm not going to go about that again. It was terrible. Office Jota got his goal. Second half kicks off. It was first 10 minutes was the same as the first half. Kelleher maybe lucky to stay on the pitch. Looking back on it, I don't think it was a dangerous foul. When you see still images, it looks like his leg's right up here by his fire, but he actually catches him just above the foot on the ankle. And you've got Kanate is running in behind as well, so it weren't last man. So I think yellow card was the right thing. Should Cardiff had a penalty with Kanate as well? Maybe it was a little bit sloppy. Kanate ball watching for Cardiff's goal, where he's basically not interested in the player running behind him. You know, if he squared himself on more, he had vision on both, the player with the ball and the player coming running into his space. But he too got his back to him. Bit of a ball watch there. Bit of a ball watch from me, from Kanate for the goal. Minamino scoring again. Minamino's got 8 goals this season. How's that happen? He's got more goals than Lukaku. How does Minamino get 8 goals this season? His goal came from tremendous play from Luis Diaz. We saw what Luis Diaz is about. So Jota and Diaz chased down the Cardiff City defender who's taking his time on the ball. He must have forgot Liverpool, the best counter-pressing team in Europe. He must have forgot about him that a minute because he's messing around with the ball. They all come handing on him. Jota one side, Luis Diaz the other. They get the ball, but Luis Diaz doesn't let the ball go off. He controls with his left, puts it onto his right, and plays the ball across the goal. It was fabulous skill. Luis Diaz just showed a little bit what he's about. He's got great feet, absolutely fantastic feet, and he's very quick. Puts a lovely ball across Minamino in the right place, smashed in. I was really happy for attacking Minamino because he gets a lot of stick. He gets a lot of stick off Liverpool fans, and he's got 8 goals this season. Yes, they're only in cup competitions, but that's what the squad's for. You need the squad to win cups. The people like Taki Minamino help you win trophies. He's got 8 goals. They've come in them cup competitions. That's fantastic for me. You need that in your team. And we got that in Taki Minamino. And he's getting these goals. And then, obviously, Harvey Elliot with the foot. Right. I can't talk about Harvey Elliot enough. I absolutely love the kid. And you probably, Kai, KVJ, Chris, all of you guys are probably the same as me. I absolutely love the kid. Harvey Elliot is going to be special. We're going to be talking about him. We're going to be talking the likes of Harvey Elliot and Phil Foden for me. Them 2 players in particular, Phil Foden, Harvey Elliot, these 2 young Englishmen, I think we're going to be talking about for a long time, for years to come, because they're the future of England. Them 2 players right there, they're mustard, I'm telling you. You might say Foden's a step ahead at the moment because he's played more, he's played more minutes and he's playing a tremendous side, ain't he? Where he can have quiet games, it don't affect him so much. But Harvey Elliot, for me at 17, I think Harvey Elliott's on par with Foden. I really do. I really do believe. For the age, he made his Liverpool debut at 16. He's 17 years old. He's going to be 18 soon. And for me, he's on that level par with Foden at that age. And his touch and goal today, pure quality. Pure quality. Foden's 22, exactly. And if you look at Elliot's age and then Foden at the same age at 17, I'd say Elliot's a step ahead at that age group. But at this moment in time, you'd say Foden all round is just a step ahead at the moment because he's played more minutes for Man City, more games, over a longer period. And plus, Foden can have quiet games and no one will go in on him because, Man City will still win matches. But there's something about Harvey Elliot. The man's special. The boy's special. He plays the game like he's 27 years of age. like he's 10 years older than he already is. That's how Harvey Elliot plays the game. You wouldn't know he was 17. He doesn't look that babyish either. You know, he looks like a man. And you wouldn't, I mean, his touch and goal today, I wouldn't expect that from him. That's a player right in his pomp, that is. You know, he's been playing the game for a good few years. But no, the man, the boy, technically gifted, he's quick, he's good with both feet. I don't know if he's left or right footed. He's a tremendous footballer. And everyone was on about Luis Diaz's debut. Looking forward to, as I was really looking forward to Luis Diaz's debut. But I was looking more forward to seeing Harvey Elliot back in this team. I really was, because Harvey Elliot, don't get this right or wrong, guys. Harvey Elliot is going to play most weeks. Jurgen Klopp will get Harvey Elliot in this team most weeks. Now, before his injury, he was playing every game. And people were shocked with it. Playing in that midfield three, and playing on the right-hand side of that midfield. You think when Salah comes back and you've got Salah on the right wing, Trent at right back, and Harvey Elliot on the right-hand side of that midfield. Fucking hell. That's that threesome there. They did it before his injury. The lovely play between them, the Trent, the triangles they were making. Yeah, he's a superstar in the making, and he will play a lot of games this season. He will be in the squad Harvey Elliott will be in the squad every single week. I know he's young, and you always got to worry about burning young players out. Like Michael Owen probably played too much football when he was younger, and he got burnt out too quick, and that's why he picked up his injuries. But nowadays with sports science, it's completely different. These young players can play more than they used to without getting burnt out with the way sports science is now. And I think Harvey Elliott, he's going to be in the squad every single week, guys. He might not be starting in the starting lineup every week, but he's going to be in the bench. He's going to be in the squad every single week. And he's a superstar, this kid. He's an absolute superstar. So before we get on that, let me just get a few more comments, guys, because I don't want to forget you guys. Harvey Elliott looked really good when he came on. Luis Diaz is a baller. Harvey scored a banger. I think I've read all these. The Alpha Cup, oh yeah. Norwich next, so that is good. Yeah, Norwich in the FA Cup 5th round. As I said, we should be beating Norwich in the 5th round of the FA Cup. If you're going to get a Premier League team in the FA Cup, Norwich is the team you want. And we're going to be at home again. So yeah, I can see us in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. Real good season coming up, guys. We could have a good one yet. KVG, have you guys seen Harvey Elliott's dad reactions to goal? No, I have not. Send it to me on Twitter, fella, if you've got my Twitter. Jamie LFC39. Jamie LFC39. If it's a picture or a video, send it to me on Twitter. No. He was in tears in the stands. I bet he was. That's his boy. I mean, if that was my son, I'd be my son playing for the club that I love and my son loves. Imagine. Jeez. Clark was ball watching for penalty incident, acting like Michelle Keegan walked into the pitch. You love Chris. I have noticed a theme. You love Michelle Keegan, don't you? Now, don't get me wrong. I can understand why. I bet he was. That goal, though. That goal was ridiculous. Claire's red card came as irrelevant and the game's over now. Yeah, exactly. Also, Chris, my boy. Diaz footwork is quality. Oh, yeah. His footwork on the touchline, that tight area. You know how hard it is to that tight area there without taking the ball over the line to do that. Footwork's fantastic. Future superstar, absolutely. Yeah, 22 Foden. I think Blackburn loan helped. The Blackburn loan helped him massively, like you say, KVG. It absolutely helped him massively because it made him a man. Now, the problem is when youth players come through, they're playing men's football. They're playing a big, strong, grown men. And you're going to get smashed about. And you need to know what that feels like getting smashed about. Because playing under 19s and under 23 football, you're not grown up yet. You're not grown into your body yet. You're playing against grown men getting smashed about. And you need to know how that feels. You know, to know I can take it and still use my ability to play really well. And I think that loan at Blackburn helped him massively. You're correct there. Helped him massively. As we say, we all love this boy. Look at that. Maradona vibes. Maradona vibes. Absolute Maradona vibes there. Everyone will remember World Cup 94 when Maradona got in the camera for Argentina. I like that. Now, obviously, Maradona was coked out of his head at the time. But yeah, that is that. Oh, look at the young lad. Look how much it meant to him. I mean, we got to remember, this is the kid supports Liverpool. He's a Liverpool supporter. He always has been since he was a little kid. Always been a Liverpool supporter. He's playing for the club he loves. He, dislocated his ankle, done his ligaments, little fracture, comes back after 5 months, comes back, and his first game back gets the goal. He gets the goal like that. And look how much it meant to him. Absolutely loved the kid. Yeah, of course I do. Leicester Coke. Yeah. Yeah, Elliot's definitely clean. Let's put it that way. But yeah, does everyone remember that Maradona thing in World Cup '94? I remember it to this day. The man, he looked like he was going to eat the camera. He went absolutely nuts. And then the following day, failed a drugs test. So, yeah, God rest Maradona. But that man might have been the greatest footballer ever lived, and also the craziest footballer ever lived. But his documentaries, talking about Maradona quickly, has everyone seen the Maradona documentary? The same people that made the Senna documentary, by which the Senna documentary I thought was the best sports documentary I've ever seen. And then the same people I think made the Maradona one. Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. When you find out the way Napoli bought Maradona, basically with gangster cash. Oh, man, fantastic. That man had a career. He had a life. How can we not love Harvey Elliot, guys? How can we not love him? So, guys, let me get back to where I was. USA 94. Still remember it. Not seen it, Jamie. Oh, you're not. You're not seen the Maradona. Oh, watch it, my man. You love it. It's a blinding documentary. I think it's on Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime, on Prime Video, yeah, give it a watch. It's fantastic. It's the same people made the Senna documentary and that Senna Formula One document. That was fantastic. That's why I say when people say Lewis Hamilton's the greatest driver of all time, I say no. It's Senna. Senna's just you see the cars Senna drove back then and still won championships. Absolutely amazing. Amazing driver. Not Michelle Keegan. There's others, James. Not just me. There's others, James. There is others. There's plenty. We'll watch it. Oh yeah, give it a watch, man. It's like 2 and a bit hours long, but the stories, and the way, because he went to Barcelona, didn't he? And he broke his leg, and it never really happened for him at Barcelona. He got in that massive fight on the pitch, didn't he? Everyone got sent off, and it kicked off. But Barcelona needed to get rid of him, and now Napoli of all teams, and it's not like the Napoli of now. Napoli were a forgotten team in Italy. They were a nothing side in Italy at the time in the 80s. But in this old broken down stadium that they're still playing now. Yeah, and they bought him, and he did. He did bits. I mean, Maradona won the league. I think everyone forgets Maradona won the league with Napoli. He should have never won the league with Napoli, and he won the UEFA Cup with Napoli. It's hard to say Maradona ain't the greatest of all time at times, I tell you. Yeah, the 22-man fight. You remember. That was nuts. It's on the video. You watch it. It just all kicks off. It was epic. Lewis Hamilton, great driver, nowhere near a Schumacher with Senna levels. No, he's not. He just drives. The cars today are so ridiculously good. so ridiculously good. So if you've got any talent at all at driving, the way these Formula One guys do, I mean, you've got to have talent. That's not good. I couldn't get behind the wheel and just drive one of them. You've got to have extreme talent. But you can all, if you've got extreme talent to drive these cars, you can win championships, especially if you've got the best cars like Mercedes and all that. You know, you got to win championships. Senna, I mean, Schumacher won the World Championship in Renault, for goodness sake. He won the World Championships in a Renault engine car. You know, no one's going to win a World Championship in a bloody Renault engine. No one wants to drive a Renault in normal day, let alone a bloody supercar with a Renault engine. You know, Schumacher won World Championships with that. Bloody Senna won World Championships basically in an equivalent to a Lada. You know, it's different times, different gravy. Yeah, exactly. One in average cars. Then Schumacher and Senna won in back then wouldn't even finish a Grand Prix now. Won't finish one Grand Prix race. Nowhere near. It wouldn't get near any of the cars that the likes of Hamilton that drive these days. So yeah, he's won 7 World Championships. He'll probably come back. He's not going to retire. He'll probably come back and win more. But that's what I say. These legends of the past were it was football, darts, snooker, Formula One, tennis. I think we all forget that what happened in the past. We all live in the moment, don't we? We all live in now and just say, oh, right, he's the GOAT, she's the GOAT, that's the GOAT, they're the GOAT, without remembering what happened before, you know. It's just like Jack Nicklaus in golf. He's probably the greatest golfer ever lived. You know, he still won more majors than Tiger Woods. But Tiger Woods is probably a better golfer than Jack Nicklaus. But Tiger Woods had a lot of issues. You know, he probably would have won more majors if he didn't have his his issues. Maradona's my GOAT. Yeah, Maradona and Messi. Messi's the only player I've seen that comes close to Maradona. But ability-wise, but Maradona won a league and UEFA Cup for Napoli. Do you know how hard that shouldn't happen? You know, that's why the new stadium in Napoli is getting named after Maradona, for goodness sake. Sorry, speaking of cars, have you guys seen the 2022 Ford Capri memories? Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, Ford Capri. I think everyone had a Ford Capri in the 80s and 90s, didn't they? Yeah, my dad had a Ford Capri. I think my mum and dad didn't have a Capri, but my neighbours did. They had a Ford Capri. Everyone sort of had Ford Capris. They were the car, weren't they? You know, they used to. They looked like sports cars, but they were cheap. Yeah, Ford Capri. I ain't seen the 2022 Ford Capri though. That would be an awesome look. Muhammad Ali's my GOAT in boxing. Yeah, it's hard to go against Ali, ain't it? It's hard to go against Ali. You look at the people he beat. Because Ali wasn't the biggest heavyweight either. I think he was like 215 pounds. You know, the heavyweight division was a bit smaller than it is now. He was never the biggest heavyweight. You see what he did to all the legends there. Yeah, it's hard to say he isn't. But you get people today who say Tyson Fury is. It does my ending. We all live in today. Speaking about the football, guys, we got, as I say, Liverpool Football Club. I've got loads to look forward to. So we've got the League Cup final on, is it 27th of February, 26th of February, something like that. Something like 3 weeks away, 2.5 weeks away. Then we have got, not sure Tyson called Ali. Not sure Tyson called Ali the GOAT. Yeah, he did, yeah. Tyson's favourite boxer, Muhammad Ali. That's who he absolutely adores. We've got a lot to look forward to as a football club, guys. As I say, we've got the League Cup final in 2.5, 3 weeks' time. Yeah, League Cup final. It's going to be a brilliant game against Chelsea. I'd make us the favourites over that at this moment in time. I really would. And then the Champions League is on the 15th. So a week Tuesday, we play Inter Milan in the San Siro, first leg. Inter Milan just lost to AC Milan Inter Milan just lost to AC Milan. I think it was yesterday, 2-1. And we beat AC Milan comfortably in both games, and in the second game, beat them with our B team. So I'm not taking Inter Milan for granted, but it should be a team we beat. I really do think over 2 legs we should be beating a team like Inter Milan, and pretty comfortably as well. I think it's going to be hard to beat us in the Champions League this season. I've said it since the beginning of the season. I'm going to keep saying it. Unless they draw each other in the quarters and the semi-final, I do believe it's going to be a Man City Liverpool final. I'm going to the cup final with my dad. Yeah, I saw you got tickets, my man. You got tickets in the ballot. Congratulations, fella. Congratulations. You'll have an awesome time and hopefully we win. You should vlog while you're there, mate. You should do a little vlog of the whole day. Put it on your channel. That'd be some good exposure for you. But yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to, guys. League Cup final. Personally, I think we're beating Milan in Champions League, and then you're into the quarter-final area. The teams in the Champions League don't scare me. To be fair, I think we can do most of them. Bayern Munich are probably the only European side I'm a bit worried about. Maybe Real Madrid, probably the dark horses for this tournament. Liverpool, Man City for me should be the 2 favourites. Liverpool and Man City should be the 2 favourites. Chelsea will probably go through because they got Lille. They got them twice in the same draw, and I don't know. So they'll probably go through. But Chelsea's goal scoring is a problem, and I don't think they're going to get away with it like they do sometimes in the Premier League and the Champions League with better teams. If that goal scoring becomes a problem still as it is now, and Liverpool's attack is just so good. And away when Anfield on European nights, I don't see us losing many games. I really don't. So, yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. And then the FA Cup, we've got a good run coming up. Norwich at home in the next round. Should beat Norwich. There's no excuses. We should beat Norwich at home in the 5th round of the FA Cup. And then you're on to a quarter final, and it's luck of the draw. Luck of the draw. You get a good draw, you're in the semi-finals. You're at Wembley in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. So it's all looking good to look forward to. And then we're only 9 points. Look, I know everyone says the league's done, the league's over. If there's one club Pep Guardiola will want to see the back of, it's Liverpool. Of all the clubs, Pep will not want to play and will try and keep as much distance as he possibly can. Is Pep Guardiola? It is Liverpool. And when now Liverpool bought Diaz, they got a full team fully fit again. Thiago's back, Keita's back. Fabinho will be back on Thursday. Salah and Mane going to be back from AFCON, raring to go to keep up this trophy charge. Pep's going to want to get Liverpool out of his sight sooner or quicker and later. They dropped points to Southampton. Who thought they were going to drop points to Southampton? And at the end of the day, Southampton should have beaten them. Southampton had 2 or 3 good opportunities in that game as well to get more goals and didn't take their chances. So City can slip up. Thing is, Liverpool can still slip up. So we got to just keep concentrating ourselves and win our games. We win our games, we're going to put the pressure on. Obviously, we've got Leeds 4 days before the cup final. But I like that because I don't like it when Liverpool have a rest. We're a rhythm team. We rely on rhythm when we play. And when we have them long rests, you always say we always get out of our rhythm. So playing Leeds on the midweek, I think on the Tuesday, and then playing, or is it the Wednesday, the 4th? Yeah, 4 days. So we play on the Wednesday and then the Sunday in the cup final. I don't mind that. We beat Leeds as long as all results keep going the same ways as they are at this moment in time. If you look at our next 6 league games, guys, in our next 6 league games are all winnable. Let me get it up. Let me get Liverpool's fixtures up for you right now. They're all winnable. Let me get them up right now for you guys. Right. There we go. Right, guys. So, where are we? Here we are. So, there are our next league. There's our next lot of fixtures here, guys. So, obviously, as you can see, we have got Leicester on Thursday. We're at home. And then on the Sunday, we're away to Burnley. Look, I know Burnley. Going to Burnley is a horrible place to go to try and get 3 points. They make life so difficult here. But we should be beating Burnley. We should be beating Leicester. Yeah. Then we got the Champions League against Inter Milan. Then we got the I believe that's the then we got Norwich City. Then we got the game. We're at home to Norwich, and then we're at home to Leeds with our game in hand. Obviously, we was meant to play Arsenal, but it's the day before the Chelsea game in the cup final. So these are our next league games, guys. Thursday, at home to Leicester. The way Leicester are at the moment, and the way we are, a fully strength team again, I think Salah will play in that game. I don't think Mane will, but I think Salah will play in that game. You're looking at surely an easy 3 points. Then we're away to Burnley. Horrible place to go, Burnley, but I do fancy us to get 3 points against Burnley. Then we're at home to Norwich. We should be beating Norwich. Then we're at home to Leeds with our game in hand. We win that game in hand, it'd be 6 points behind Man City. That for me is title on. That for me is title on. 6 points is not a massive gap. For me, that would be title on. Really would. And then, as you can see, we've got cup games after that. Chelsea in the League Cup final, Norwich in the FA Cup. And then we've got another home game in the league against West Ham. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Four out of our 5 next league games are all at home. So we've got Leicester at home Thursday, Norwich at home, Leeds at home, and then West Ham at home. So our next 5 league games, 4 of them are at home. And against opposition, let's be fair, we should be beating. We should be beating. And I do believe Man City have got a Manchester derby coming up. And they've got to play Everton as well. Now, we know Everton and Man United are not in the best of forms, but anything can happen in a derby. I've seen a poor Man United team beat Man City twice in the last couple of seasons. And then this Everton team, they're rejuvenated. They've got Lampard in charge. They've got a new coaching team, all changed there. They've got Dele Alli in, Van der Beek in. They could cause City some problems. And Lampard will set that team up to do Leicester, to do Man City. So, our fixtures, that's why I'm saying this league ain't finished yet, guys. Luis Diaz is in this team, bolstered our attacking lineup. We've got the ability of playing Bobby Firmino in midfield to help out there. We've got Thiago back, Fabinho back. The kid, Harvey Elliot, is back. Massive return. This league's not over. This league is not over yet. We're still going to have a fantastic season. Chris, I'll try to, mate. Don't want to be standing with my phone for the whole time. Oh, no. Just pause and do intervals, fella. Just do all the good stuff. Bayern Munich team to beat the Champions League. Yeah, look, with Bayern Munich, they've lost some games in the German league they shouldn't have lost against. I just feel like with Bayern Munich, they're not used to it. When Bayern Munich seem to play English teams, apart from when they play Arsenal, but when they play English teams, I think the intensity gets to them a little bit because they're not used to that intensity. They get their own way in Germany, don't they? Sorry, my internet's just going down a little bit here. We need to keep winning, keep the rhythm. You do your jobs. Probably don't act like you have splinters on your backsides. Yeah, that's it. You just got to carry on, fella. Yes, correct. No. We just got to concentrate about us. And if you look at our next fixtures, Liverpool's next lot of fixtures are quite handy. As I say, Leicester on Thursday night. Now, Leicester have just been smashed about by Nottingham Forest. Their rivals. Absolutely smashed about by Nottingham Forest. Liverpool they got Salah should probably be back for that game. I don't think Mane will be back, but Salah will be back for that game. Do you play him? I mean, Mo will probably want to play, to be fair. I think he'll just want to get back in the game and get back with the team. I think he'll go straight in. Diaz might get a go. You know, so many opportunities. I think we'll go pretty strong against Leicester. And then, obviously, we've got Burnley on the Sunday. So we've got a couple of games quite close to each other, but I'm not too worried. We've got a lot to look forward to, guys. A lot to look forward to. And, you know, I'm quite upbeat about what we can do this season. I mean, can we win a treble? It's not out of the realms of winning a treble. Will it happen? I don't think so. Which, if we can win the League Cup, that kicks our season right on. That's a trophy in the cabinet, ain't it? That's a trophy in the cabinet. Got a trophy. That's there. Let's go on and win some more. You know, the FA Cup is there to be won this year for me. The FA Cup is there to be won this year. And, you know, City are probably the team to beat. You know, and then you've got Chelsea and Tottenham. It's going to be out of one of them four. It's going to be Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, or Man City to win this FA Cup. Nottingham Forest, I mean, they've got Huddersfield in the next round. They're going to get to the quarterfinals. You know, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, they've all got good draws. They all win them games. You know, the quarterfinals next might get drawn against each other. Yeah, I really feel like we can do a cup. I really do. We can keep these players fit. As I've said, we can keep these players fit. We have got the second best squad in the league. I know Chelsea have got lots of quality players, don't get me wrong. But I do believe Liverpool have the second best squad in the league. And I think it's a myth that Liverpool have a poor squad. And I've been saying it for ages. It's just that they're not the players of names like Chelsea have got, like the Werner, the Havertz, and people like that. But if they're not performing, then it's not a good squad. So, yeah, I think we can do bits, guys. I really do. It's going to be good. Guys, that's going to be it from me. I've really, really enjoyed this. Guys on Twitch, if you watching me on Twitch right now, please follow. Guys on Twitter, if you are watching me on Twitter, come over to the YouTube channel. Give it a like, give it a sub. Try and get the likes out, guys. Smash the like button. It's what helps the algorithm on YouTube. Get my videos seen more by more eyes. Trying to get my subs up to 300. I think I'm on 251 at the moment. So please, if you can, share this video everywhere with your friends, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you can. Just share this video out to everyone, guys. And of course, hit the likes. Everyone over in Twitter watching this, I hope you enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, come over to the channel, give it a big like, give it a smash, give it a sub. And guys, I am affiliated with the Hearts of Liverpool, as you can see up in the corner. There is a website pinned, linked in the description. Go and have a look at the website, guys. The website will be open very soon. There's going to be some good stuff on there. There's going to be interviews. They've got a great shop on there. There's going to be some great merchandise. Go and check it out, guys. It's going to be good. I will be back. What is it? Sunday a day. Monday. I will be back. I'm on Tuesday. I am on Statman's channel. Statman Stubbs Football channel. I'll be doing a preview for the Leicester game with him on his channel. Go over there and sub to that, guys. I'll be on there on Tuesday. And then I'll be back on Wednesday, guys, for my Leicester preview. And then I will be, if the Leicester game is on telly and I can find it, I will do a watch along for the Leicester game. If it's not, I will be live after the game's finished with a review on that too. So, guys, keep a lookout for me. My Twitter is in the description. Go and click on my Twitter and take you straight to my profile. Give me a follow. It's Jamie LFC39 if you can't find it. I'm always on Twitter talking about everything and everything. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That would definitely let you know when I go live. But although YouTube are not very good with that, so do follow me on Twitter. And I always post on Twitter when I'm about to go live. So if you're following me, you can see. Thanks for everything, guys, today. This has been a good show. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being in the comments, Chris, KVJ, Kai, Grant, everybody. Del Boy, thanks for joining, my man. John Moore, my OG. Grant Phelps, everybody. Shout out to all you guys joining me today. Appreciate the love. Thank you very much. See you